Everyone thinks that an ostrich is a cowardly bird that hides its head in the sand, and it's normal that it seems that way. But now I will explain the real function of the ostrich, briefly and to the point. Because if you remove it, the balance in nature breaks down where you wouldn't expect it at all. In a couple of minutes, I'll show you 10 functions and one effect that is usually overlooked. Watch to the end. The chain is important here. Otherwise, the picture will be incorrect. The ostrich is not a funny bird. It is a large inhabitant of savannas and semi-deserts, and it is embedded in the ecosystem on several levels at once. It eats mostly plants, but it can also eat insects and other small things if there's a chance. This means that he is both a consumer of plants, a regulator of small animals, a courier of seeds, and a food source for predators. Go. 3. 10 functions of ostriches in nature with analysis 1. Seed distribution. Ostriches eat seeds and fruits. Some of the seeds pass through digestion and end up in new places. This is how plants spread out. 2. Vegetation regulation. The ostrich actively feeds on plant food. It removes part of the biomass. This affects which plants are dominant and how quickly the vegetation cover is renewed. 3. Insect control. Yes, the ostrich is not a pure herbivorous robot. Insects are a normal part of the diet. This means that it reduces the number of some mass species. 4. Acceleration of the circulation of substances through droppings. The ostrich eats a lot, and it returns nutrients to the soil through droppings. This fuels plants and soil life. This is especially important in dry landscapes. 5. Creating fertility spots. Large animals often form points where nutrients accumulate, where they walk, rest, and feed. This changes the local map of soils and vegetation. 6. Food base for predators. Eggs and chicks are important prey for many predators. It is difficult to take an adult ostrich, but the ecosystem actively removes the young. That's how the energy goes up the chain. 7. The alarm system of savanna. The ostrich sees far away. He is tall, he's attentive, and in case of danger, his reaction affects other animals nearby. Herds of ungulates, birds, small animals. It's not magic, it's a behavioral chain. 8. Surface engineering, scraper socket. The ostrich's nest is a scraping hole in the ground. It changes the microenvironment, surface temperature, soil availability, and site structure. 9. Dust baths and micro-landscape. Ostriches make dust baths. They shake the soil, remove some of the parasites, and create small areas with a different soil structure. For nature, this is also a mosaic. 10. Supporting ecosystem sustainability through universality. The ostrich is an all-rounder. It touches vegetation, eats insects, transfers seeds, and participates in food chains as an energy source for predators. Station wagons make the system less brittle, one unexpected effect that is often overlooked. The ostrich is a bridge between plants and predators. It converts plant energy into large-scale biomass, eggs, and chicks, which others feed on. Remove the ostrich yarkern, and some of the energy simply won't rise up the chain. This means that predators and scavengers will begin to put more pressure on other species, and the skew will go to a place where you don't expect it at all. 10 unusual facts about ostriches with analysis 1. The ostrich is the largest modern bird, not one of, namely the biggest one. 2. He has only 2 toes. This is a rarity among birds, and that's part of being a professional runner. 3. The largest eyes among land animals, about 5 centimeters in diameter, and the eye is bigger than the brain in volume. It sounds wild, but it's a fact. 4. Speed, reliably measured at about 60 kilometers per hour. There are legends about the 70s and 90s, but the confirmed measurements are about 60 plus. 5. The largest eggs among living birds, about 1.4 kilograms is exactly the order. 6. Communal kindergarten. Females can lay eggs in a common cauldron, And then the dominant female and male participate in incubation. 7. Stay in shifts, day/night. The female sits more often during the day, the male sits at night. It is also a disguise by coloring. 8. The ostrich does not bury its head in the sand. This is a myth. He can bend down to the ground, for example, at the nest, and from the outside it looks as if he hid it, but burying the head is not. 9. He swallows pebbles because there are no teeth. Stones help to grind food in the stomach. 10. The main defense is not the beak, but the legs. The ostrich can strike very powerfully. This is not a bird fight. This is a real survival weapon. Conclusion: the ostrich is not a meme and not a dumb bird. It's a seed carrier, vegetation and insect regulator, accelerator of the circulation of substances, and an important node of food chains. Remove the ostrich and the system will start to rebuild. Quietly, but tough. If it was useful, subscribe. Here we take apart the animals so that they can be seen. Who really keeps nature in working order? And write in the comments. Did you previously perceive the ostrich as a meme bird? Or do you now see it as a savanna mechanism?